What up guys, this is Fury King, and in today's video we are going to learn about the difference between a group and a frame in Figma. Most ever both of them works in a similar way, but the frame comes with a couple of perks which makes it really helpful when you are working on an interaction or maybe an animation, or also you're working for a responsive website. I really wanted to make a video on this because I feel frames are really important when it comes to Figma, as you are going to see frames everywhere in Figma. So let's start. I have created a new file. Really cool thing about Figma is that you can work on Figma on both the browser and the desktop. I am working on a desktop version. You just have to go to the website and download a local copy for it. And also, all your data is saved directly to the cloud. So yeah, you don't have to worry about any space or storage, because Figma auto saves everything on the cloud for you. So you just have to open Figma anywhere on the browser or the desktop, and it will be right there, all your projects. So now we need to create a frame or an artboard, as all the people from the Adobe, including me, Adobe Universe calls it. But in Figma, they call it a frame. So this icon right there, you simply have to click it and you see all these options right there. So you have a phone, different phone sizes, you have a tablet, a desktop, presentation, Apple Watches, regular paper sizes, social media sizes as well. These days people have started using Figma for creating social media creatives. I'll say it will Figma is not maybe not the right tool for it, but if you're comfortable and if you like it, it's all right there for you. It just does the job right. Going to our app, we are going to select a phone size. For me personally, I feel iPhone 8 is the safest size of all. I mean, you can go for any one of them, but once you start building up an app and then you are working on a low fidelity prototype and then a high-fi prototype, and then you start testing it and then you send it to the client to test it. So you want your app to be perfectly fit into the phone. So iPhone 8, my personal choice, is the safest size. So you simply click on it and you see this artboard right there. In Figma they call it frame. So now you can simply select the artboard and just drag it anywhere. You can also change the dimensions. You can see on the right panel the size is changing. We will go for the default size. Now to show the difference, we will be needing a couple of shapes. I won't be worrying much about the size for now because we just need to demonstrate. So I am going to choose maybe circle, and then maybe a polygon, and I am going to place them right next to each other, like just like a nav bar. And you see Figma forces this alignment, and it is really helpful. So for now I am going to place this right here, maybe change the color so that it's a little bit more visible. To see the difference, we are going to create a copy of these. Now I am going to select these three and group them. So there are different ways to do it. One is you go to Figma, this icon right there, and you go to object and group selection. There's the shortcut right there, is Control G for Windows and Command G for Mac. Or you can go from here, just right click and then group selection. Now one difference is that do you see this, the moment you grouped the shape, this icon appeared? So it symbolizes a group, this dotted square right there. Now we need to take these three shapes and form a selection, and we need to create a frame out of it. So for that, it's the same place to go. It's object, and then instead of group selection, you choose frame selection. There's the shortcut right there. Or also you can right click here, and instead of group selection, you choose frame selection. Now you see these three objects are trapped inside this bounding box, and these three objects are trapped around this bounding box. Now this group and this frame, it looks similar. So what's the difference? The first is obviously the icon. So this pound symbol, it symbolizes frame. So like I said, it's, you see frame everywhere on Figma. You imported, you got a new artboard which is called a frame. So you see this hash or pound symbol, and then there's a frame inside a frame. It's a little bit confusing, not so much though, but it's a little tricky in the beginning, but it always gets easier. Now if you want to edit um, the group, you simply can go to this drop down, just click it and it drops down, and you can individually select these shapes, and you can either just change the size, the dimensions, color, add, remove, and you are into the editing mode, so you can do anything. uh, Also for the frame, it's the same, but there are two ways to do it, maybe just two. So either you go from here, or you click it and double click it, and the moment you double click it, you get inside the editable mode. So it goes for both the group and the frame. So you double click inside, and you double click inside the editable mode, and the moment you click outside anywhere on the canvas or the whole the software, you automatically exit the editable mode, right? So what's the difference now? Because these two look similar. One big difference is that if I go into the editable mode and I start deleting these objects, you see there's nothing there. The group is gone. It's also gone from the layers panel, right? But I'll undo it. But if we do it with the frame, say I delete this, I delete this, and I delete user, you see, you can see the bounding box and the frame is still there. So this is one of the major difference, is that the frame can survive on its own. So getting back, the other difference between these two is, if I need to transform this, say I want to drag this and I want to push inside, I want to make the box smaller in this way, you see all the shapes are getting squished. But in this case, the case of the frame, it acts a little differently. You see, if I try dragging the box inside, you see the difference? It's getting squished and we have nothing happening here, just the box dragging in there. So the perk which we were talking about is this. This comes along with the frame. You just check it and it clips the content, so it masks it. So that's really helpful when you are actually working on an animation, or maybe working on an interaction. I'll show an example. This is an app I was working on. So I have already done it. So say we are working on this app and we have a long list of these copy options, right? And we want to, I want actually the whole list to be inside uh, our frame, which is this one. So I'm simply going to I've already selected, so I'll do one thing. I'll ungroup this. So to I've already sorry grouped it, so I'll ungroup it first just to demonstrate. It's right there. And also, yeah, one thing to remember, that if you want to ungroup, it's the same for both the frame and group. It's the same one ungroup option which works for both. So now I am going to select all these and right click, and I need to create a frame selection. So now I will go here and check this, and now I'll start dragging the box inside and I'll leave it right there. So now you see, if I start doing an animation of it that I want to scroll the options upwards, downwards, it's really helpful, the frame, when you want to do something like that. And also, for example, you have a testimonial on a page, and then you have to scroll it right to the left or to the right. So you just clip it right there in this frame, in the screen of your mobile, and then you can do the animation, right? So getting back to our I'll undo it. So the other really good perk which I really like is, I'm going to delete this first, is that say we want to create a nav bar, a navigation bar. So I'm going to ungroup this first because we need to create something else. I will create a text. So there are two options: either you click once and you start typing, or the other is that you can create a text box and then you can type inside it. So I will simply, oh sorry, Fury King, oh what's happening, all right, Fury King logo, right? So I will not worry about the placement more, and I will select all these elements and right click, and I am going to frame the selection, right? So I want to make a responsive website, right? And I need to design for a tablet, right? So I'm going to go there, frame, get all these options right there, and I'm going to choose a tablet. So I'm going for iPad mini for now, right? Just to demonstrate. Okay, so I want this to be here, and I don't want a lot of work like ungrouping it, placing it here, and rearranging them again. So it's a really cool option which Figma gives with the frame, is that I have to first go inside the editing mode. So I'm just going to simply double click, and you see this constraints which comes with the frame. You simply have to stick the shape to the right top of this box right there, this box. So I'll do the same for the rest of the elements as well. So right top, you as well, right top, and this might be on the left already, left top. Perfect. So now I want these three elements here because we are making it responsive. So I am simply going to drag this, and you see it's sticking to the top right of that bounding box. So that's a pretty cool perk, and I use this a lot when I work for responsive websites. So this was the difference between the group and the frame, the major ones. And I won't say that group is bad. Group is perfectly awesome. It's just that the frame comes with some goodness with it. That's all. All right, guys. That's all for today, and I hope you guys learn a little bit about the group and frame and the difference between them. And I hope the video helped you a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys. Bye bye.